Prediction about the non-locality of the world. What is non-locality? Non-locality is really, to put it in simple words, the profound discovery of the interconnectedness of the universe at the fundamental level of quanta. Now, that conflicts deeply right away with relativity theory, where it says, no, the speed of light is limited, everything is local, nothing can travel faster than the speed of light. So how could everything be instantaneously interconnected in the universe? And that's the big clash that we have today. And that's why also Bohm's theory of hidden variables, which are non-local, has really been rejected from the start.
It seems strange to us, and I stress the word seems, but if we want to make sense of a theory, that matters also. And sometimes when a theory seems strange, we get past it, and other times when it seems strange, it's pointing us to something that we haven't understood well enough.
It really says that there exists a hidden regime of reality in which everything is interconnected, but no person, even in the future, will be able to access that domain and make and control it. So this is also what the mystical traditions tell us, that we must be humble in front of reality, that there will always be domains of reality that will remain beyond science, beyond the scientific method, will remain beyond access by scientific agents. And if the quantum potential is discovered in this way and non-locality is proven, then the existence of that domain is proven.
Remember, we're talking about wholeness. We have to have wholeness in here. Here we agree with Bohr. Bohr pointed out that it was very important. The new feature that quantum mechanics introduces is a kind of wholeness, which means we cannot analyze things by cutting them up into little bits as we do in classical physics. But what we can do is, if we want to try and cut it up, that the way one bit goes into the next bit actually involves unfolding into the whole and then enfolding back again into a particular region. And so you get this idea of unfolding, enfolding, unfolding, enfolding. So what looks like a continuous trajectory is actually a series of foldings and unfoldings.
I tried to get some idea of what might be the process which was implied by the mathematics of the quantum theory. And this process is what I call enfoldment, that the mathematics itself suggests a movement in which everything, in which any particular element of space may have a field which unfolds into the whole, and the whole folds and enfolds into it. Right?
What David and I have done is to open up the discussion, which I find when I'm talking to young people that they're very interested in trying to proceed further with these ideas. In other words, some of them have actually got it, as I put it. They know in their basic feelings that this is an interesting way to go.
The lab at University College London is at the centre of experiments to prove the existence of the quantum potential.
If the quantum potential exists in this way, then that really is the first evidence for the profound interconnectedness of the physical universe at a very deep fundamental level. That would revolutionize our scientific worldview. It would validate those views of unification, those views that speak to the holism of the universe. And it truly would be a confirmation of a kind of holism that religions and spiritual systems and mystical systems have intuited for many, centuries and millennia even.
So what does all this mean for you, for me, the universe, and everything? Bohm suggests that out of perceived emptiness, out of the so-called vacuum state, particles interact with, respond to, and are informed by an information potential which allows the cosmos to emerge.
So it's the information, informing action of the quantum potential that makes it possible for the physical universe to be.
Everything we know and everything we will come to know is already in formation, waiting to unfold into manifest reality. It's the implicate waiting to become explicate.
The way that quantum cloud works is that you are the determiner of what you see. This is a mess of, I think that, of elements that are both particles and hopefully trajectories that come together, and depending on where your position is, either in a boat or walking along the side of the Thames, and depending on the time of day, you will see or not see the possibility of a body.
Present ego identity is based, I think, on a wrong mode of thought, you see, in which a person identifies with his thoughts and with his body and with things, do you see? And which means that he's creating an illusion, right? That this self which people feel they have is only a show. It is not really there, but it is such a convincing show that everybody acts as if it were there, and that gives it an apparent reality.
One of the most essential points of the scientific spirit is to acknowledge the fact or the interpretation of the fact, whether you like it or not. That is not to engage in wishful thinking or not to reject something because you don't like it.
Is it possible scientifically to define this wholeness?
Well, not really completely. Wholeness is an attitude or an approach, but it can be given a scientific realization, you see.
I think two levels, interdependency. Firstly, external things, different nations, different country, environment, and human being, other animals, everything interdependent. So now, according to that reality, we have to take care about the whole world and environment.
We are internally related to everything, yes, not externally related. Consciousness is an internal relationship to the whole. We take in the whole and we act toward the whole. And that internal, whatever we have taken in, determines basically what we are.
When we're passing through some sort of forest, no bird, we feel something missing. When we're passing through some birds singing, some birds flying, then we feel more full. So that's now the reality. So interdependency on that level.
Bohm's model of the implicate and explicate, I think, is talking about how the subject-object split, duality, emerges from a ground which Lao Tzu would call the Tao, which is non-subject, non-object, but a unity, a wholeness.
Ancient Indians only use mind or wisdom and sometimes meditation, no instrument. Now modern science use instrument.
Science is whatever people make of it. You see, science has changed over the ages, and it's different now from a few hundred years ago, and it could be different again. Now, there's no intrinsic reason why science must necessarily be measurement. This is another historical development which has come about over the past few centuries. It's entirely contingent and not absolutely necessary.
So far we know is part. Still they're limitless. So reality, we have to sort of investigate. So David Bohm, I think really something like opener of our mind. So grateful.
His mission was always leading up to a transformation for human society, overcoming the fragmentation that we experience, towards having the experience of a new interconnectedness among us all to solve problems together, overcoming the divisions. So in that sense, he represented a truly holistic, integrated vision of a human being. And I think as that, he can serve as a model for future generations.
It's a revolution. It has radical implication about how we live our life, how we interact with the earth, how we interact with each other. And that revolution is unfinished.
If we aspire to go beyond our present state of consciousness, if we truly want to be happier, to love and know ourselves better, to regain meaning and wholeness, the old disciplines only serve to deepen the illusion of manifest reality. We must look beyond the veil of form to a realization of oneness, present in you, in me, the universe and everything. When you grasp this, it will put you on the threshold of what is real and your place in reality. Reality is wholeness, undivided wholeness, and this fact has yet to dawn on billions of people.